Hey everyone, Glenn Sanford here. Welcome to this next episode of the Expansion Podcast, where we talk about personal and professional development here at eXp Realty. Today, I'm really excited to talk with Bobby Martins. He's a five-time ICON agent here out of San Diego, California, and again, super excited. Welcome, Bobby.
Thank you so much for having me, Glenn. It's an honor and a pleasure to be part of the podcast.
Well, no, it's great to have you here, and yeah, I just love we've now I think known each other for the full 5 years. Like
Correct.
um, you're always super positive, super just a super motivating person to be around. I just did this um, a little Instagram the other day, and you remind me of this, which was that positive people improve their lifespan and the people that are around them. So you're actually like a lifespan increaser. So,
I like that. I like that a lot.
yeah. So now you've been in business for a few years. I think when did you get into real estate?
So I first got licensed in 2001. I'm sorry, 2002, at the beginning of 2002, right after 9/11. I joined Remax, was there for 10 years, had a good run there. I first 3 years was on a great team, learned everything I could about the business, and then I broke off to become a solo agent. Got my broker's license in 2005. Had dreams of opening up my brokerage and had a bunch of ideas with that, but I realized that how cumbersome it is to own your own brokerage and to be able to provide the services to your agents and still make money and all of that. So I never broke off and did my own brokerage. I went to KW about I think it was 2010. Was there for about 7 years. And we actually helped build the #1 office in San Diego out of any brand. And then I heard about this small company, the up and coming company called eXp. At the time, there weren't really any agents in San Diego. And so I made the plunge. I saw the possibility immediately, because what I loved about it was that I could basically take my brand and spread it across the country and help agents across the country, but while focusing on the things that make money. And eXp would handle all of the back end stuff with the brokerage operations and education piece for our agents. And so when I saw it, I couldn't unsee it, as they say with eXp, and so I immediately joined. I think I did about 2 weeks of vetting, and then I was able to join, and then immediately was kind of thrown into the fires den with a lot of different events. And my first time meeting you was actually you coming up to me. You already knew who I was. I was like, how do you know me? And it ended up being because of the debate I did with Sam from a 100% shop. And it was a lot of fun, kind of introducing San Diego to eXp. And now we have almost 1,000 agents in our city, and we've become one of the top brokerages. We won Brokerage of the Year last year. I am the current Realtor of the Year for San Diego right now. We're up for Team of the Year for Real Producers next week. So we've had a really fun run. The last 5 years have been just unbelievably profitable for me. My business has grown at least 3x. So now we're doing tremendous volume, and we're just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And and I owe it all to eXp. And so I thank you for putting this amazing model together, Glenn. It's changed my life and so many others in ways that can't really be put into words.
Well, awesome. Now, what's been relative to eXp? What's been the one thing that's maybe surprised you the most about eXp? Before you did your due diligence, but
Yeah.
that now obviously on the other side for a few years, what's been the thing that's surprised you the most?
So I'm going to say the way that agents treat each other within our company, because at Remax, at Keller Williams, there was not that that love, that that desire to pick you up and make you successful. And quite frankly, most of the other brokerages, or the two other brokerages I worked at, I think most people were hoping you failed. They didn't want you to be successful, because that meant for them that with that scarcity mindset, that meant that they would be more successful if I was less successful. At least that's what they thought. So when I came over to eXp, the first event, I was blown away. People were so nice to me, and it really filled my heart, to be able to meet so many great agents. And each event I've gone to, it's just more and more and more. So the collaboration and the people by far have been the biggest surprise for me, definitely.
Oh, awesome. Now you've been you've got a real estate team.
Yep.
Obviously, you went from just being a solo agent. What does your team look like?
So for the longest time, I kept my team very small, because I knew I needed to have space for them at my office. And my last brokerage, it cost a lot to rent space from the brokerage. And so I always kept it very small, 2 or 3 agents at the most. And so now switching over to here, now, fast forward, I went from an office that was probably about the size of my office that I'm in now, that was split between 3 people. I went from that to now I have 2,000 square feet in high rent district in Carmel Valley, on High Bluff here in San Diego, in the heart of San Diego. And so my entire team is housed here. We have about 18 to 20 stations where people just come in, take their laptop, plug into another monitor, and so there's no dedicated space for each agent. It's just come and go as you need the office space. And so yeah, we're growing like crazy. Not everybody comes into my office. My goal is to get to 100 local agents in San Diego. San Diego's spread out over a pretty big area. And so, and that's just San Diego. I'm also building teams in other markets right now. My brand has always been Move Up San Diego, as far as our website. And so we've actually changed. My team name used to be Martin's Realty Group, brokered by eXp. Now we're Move Up San Diego, brokered by eXp. So to some extent, we are a brokerage within a brokerage now. And so it's allowing me to recruit agents to my team. It's allowing me to recruit agents in other markets and help them with the systems and the processes, and also help provide leads and coaching and training for hundreds of agents in other markets. So it's really eXp delivered on everything that I thought would happen, or I should say, I dreamt, and hoped
You believed
that
might happen.
yeah, exactly. It's like, it was a leap of faith, when I joined, over 5 years, or almost 5 years ago. I mean, we were just really getting going. I think it was like 6,500 agents with the company. Now we're over 85,000, so it's really pretty cool to see the growth that has happened. And every step of the way, like you, Jason, everybody within the executive team, you've remained humble. You're always nice every time I see you. Which means a lot. I mean, heck, I was with my last brokerage, and I never met the CEO once over 7 years, and I feel like I've met you or seen you at least 10 or 12 times, and every time you're always gracious. And so that's why I think our company loves you so much, and Jason so much, because of that you've remained humble, even though you've grown into multi-millionaires, and it's just crazy. So really proud to be part of this company.
Yeah, no. Well, thank you for that. It's interesting because one of the things I notice, and maybe you're even going through some of this yourself, but a lot of times you get into business to make money. I mean, it makes sense. You want to
Yeah.
make money, but then there ends up being a point in time where, if things go well and you get lucky and whatever, you actually make more money than you actually sort of put on your goal sheet. And
Yeah.
and I've heard this story quite a few times inside of eXp. And then you have to start to ask yourself, okay, what is it that it's no longer about the money. and now it's more about, the impact we can have in other people's
Yeah.
lives and how we can help them level up. And the money's now, it's there. Obviously got enough set aside that, something happened, that it taken care of. But now it's like show up every day trying to make a difference in people's lives. And I know you're
Yeah.
probably almost in that same mode because you've been so successful in your real estate practice.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'll tell you a quick story, talking about impact on lives. When when our stock just went crazy during the pandemic, I had an agent of mine who called me up and was like almost in tears telling me, like, you changed my life, Bobby. Like, I have over $2 million in eXp stock now. And he cashed out a big chunk of that. And so, and this was the money that or stock that he purchased through the agent equity program. So he paid into it, I think 150,000 or something, and that turned into over $2 million. And so that, to me, like, when that, I mean, I hung up the phone, I started crying. I was like, man, this is just unbelievable. And so, to your point, it's not about the money. The money's going to come no matter what. The difference is keeping more of your money, and then the multiple streams of income, that just keeps growing and growing and growing. And now, I get to sell through my agents more. Whereas, at my last brokerage, my last two brokerages, I was always dialing for dollars. I was, going on appointments all the time. I was doing so many different things and, going after customers all the time. But now I truly get the leverage that I always wanted. And that's why I wanted to have my own brokerages, so I could have leverage, sell through agents. And now I get to do that through my team. And, the one thing that's been so impressive is the retention. I have a team leader that's been with me 7 years. I have a second team leader who's been with me for 6.5 years. My operations manager has been with me almost 7 years. So these people, they're not going, and they're not going because of eXp and because of opportunities that I helped give them by bringing eXp to them when we switched. And so it's really truly not only impacting the lives of our agents, but it's also impacting the lives of our clients, our home buyers and sellers. I've been able to be a little bit more forgiving on commissions here and there. And, I mean, I don't want to lose a deal over $1,000 or $2,000 in commissions. Whereas other brokerages, you're kind of told, like, hey, you got to hold firm on everything. And, now it's a volume game, and we're just about trying to help as many clients as possible. And then through them get more referrals, and our business just grows more organically over time. So it's really, there's so many different things that I could say about the impact part of it, but definitely the story of my friend in Las Vegas, that's the one that makes me teary-eyed for sure.
Yeah, no, I've had a number of teary-eyed conversations, and got feedback from different people around being able to put people through school, pay medical bills, and do different things that the one that in July, which wasn't too many months ago, but I was at Brent Gove's Build event, and somebody came up
Mhm.
in the lobby, and she had mentioned that she had had a divorce like 6 or 7 years ago, and had joined eXp a couple years ago, and she mentioned that it was the first time since her divorce that she no longer was panicked when she went to bed at night, wondering
Yeah.
how she was going to be able to make ends meet. And so obviously she had taken advantage of the system, and things had worked out for her, and now she was in a place where she could operate as more of her whole self rather than just trying to fight to survive. And that one was probably the most impactful, just because I know that there's some people they have to work through some negative situations, and eXp provides a really cool platform. Hey,
Yeah.
shifting back to move up homes, versus, I think your previous team name was Martin's.
Martin's Realty Group, brokered by eXp, but now I have Move Up San Diego, brokered by eXp, is my local brand that we're building. And Move Up San Diego's been my website name for a long, long time. Our main niche is helping sellers move up and move down in the market. We have 7 different ways to help them do that. And so that's our main niche. And so, I came up with the idea of let's do move up homes brokered by eXp Realty in other markets. So I'm looking for leaders in, to join our company and help me run each of those markets. They're going to receive systems. They're going to receive coaching. Also leads. We're actually building out a website that will create leads for these agents in multiple markets, and so really excited about that. And that's something that at any other brokerage, you're not doing that. And if you are doing it, you're paying through the nose to do it. Through other companies, through expansion, it's very costly. But with eXp, you have just one fee going across the entire platform, and so it really puts entrepreneurs in a position to be able to grow much, much faster and not have to deal with all the non-money making activities. Because if I was to have a brokerage and I was trying to multiply in multiple markets, you got to get a broker, you got to get office space, you got to get all of these, things that with it, the desks, the computers, everything like that. With eXp, since we're virtual, we don't need any of that. We can grow at an exponential rate, which is why we're the fastest real estate brand of all time. And that's why we're growing so quickly in all these other markets across the globe. So it's so exciting to see all of that and to be a part of it. And it's really amazing to know that this is the last real estate brokerage I ever have to work at, because of the brilliant things that you did put into the model with the ICON program and the revenue share. I can't leave to go anywhere else. I'd be walking away from so much money, 3 years of ICONs and that would just be gone. And so it was really brilliant, all of the things that you did. I call it the golden handcuffs. I'm stuck here for the rest of my career, and that's okay, because not just me, it's other amazing leaders that you have recruited across the globe. All of us are going to be stuck here. And I think all of us are in the same position. We're glad to be stuck here, surrounded by people that we know that we're going to know for the next 20, 30 years. That, 'cause I'm not, planning on getting out of the business anytime soon. And so I look forward to growing it to a place where I can completely step out of the business and then just focus on helping agents and leaders across the country and across the globe. That's really what's making me passionate now. I'm also launching a coaching company called Next Gen Real Estate Coach. I'm putting together a platform right now where we're putting together a whole training program about teams. In my opinion, you're either going to be a team leader or a team member in the future. Solo agents are going away because the consumer requires immediate attention. And so it's going to be teams. And that's why eXp is so amazing. It's set up perfectly for teams. But if you want to be a solo agent, you can be a solo agent as well. So, but again, I think that solo agents are really going to struggle in the future. So, I tell all my agents now, I say, you got to decide what you want to be. Do you want to be a leader or a member of a team? And if you want to be a leader, great, I will groom you to be a leader, and help you build your own team when you're ready. You can't leave eXp, you just got to stay here. At other brokerages, I got so frustrated. I would train somebody for a year or 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden that work would be up in flames because they would leave to go start their own team within the brokerage, and I would get zero. Here at eXp, we get to continue that relationship because of the revenue share. And I tell every single agent on my team, although it will be a sad day when you leave my team, I will be glad to help you build your own team when you're ready. And but thankfully, knock on wood, most of my team has stayed with me, and they love being part of our team. And it's just a well-oiled machine at this point. And and I owe it a lot of it to the things I've learned from other agents at eXp. I mean, as I said earlier, the collaboration is unlike anything I've ever seen before. I always say you get a lot of fluff from these other companies. You go to events and all you hear is a bunch of fluff, and it's not really meaningful stuff. But at eXp, people give you everything that they're doing. They want you to exceed, as do I. It's like I said, it's unlike anything else that I've ever seen before, and it's because of the stock. Obviously, as the stock, or as the company rises, the stock rises, and so that means we need to. We're only as powerful as our weakest agent, and so we're really lifting up everyone within our company and helping a lot of people change their own lives, and obviously all the people that are connected to them. So it's really it's something special.
Yeah, and well, right now, it's speaking of stock, the housing market's been under tremendous amount of pressure. I mean, we got interest rates close to or at 7%, and so there's been this slowdown, and obviously real estate companies have come under pressure stock price wise. However, what a great time to be getting stock in eXp. I mean, think
Yeah,
about, the, we're going to continue to grow. I think that's a given.
yeah.
And so, as we, get into the 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 agent range over time, that all turns into something pretty massive for all of us together. And it's going to be a lot of fun sort of building that out. Hey, going back, coming back again to the move up homes piece. So are you doing, and this is more tactical, but are you like putting like the city name? So if I was in Seattle, seattle.moveuphomes.com, is that how you're kind of building out your presence, or are you picking up move up
So
Seattle?
that's, it's funny that you said that, because I do own probably about 50 domains that are, move up Sacramento, move up Orange County, move up Los Angeles. I do own those domains, but I realize that it's just too much work to maintain all of that. So that's why we're just going to have one umbrella, moveuphomes.com, and that's going to be our lead generation site that we will basically be promoting the 7 different ways to sell your home. And then as people inquire to get more information, we'll hand those leads to our local leaders in those markets. And and then obviously I'll get a piece of the commission when they close the deal. And so again, it's something I couldn't do this without eXp, because I wouldn't be able to grow into these multiple markets and have the back end operations. It's one thing to be able to go out and get the agents to help you. That I could do. I could find agents and refer business to agents, but it's the back end operation side that is really the hard part, and the education piece too. Obviously, if I'm not in the same market with them, I'm not going to be able to give them the time and energy that they need. But with 60 hours of live training in our eXp world every week, all I need to do is tell them what classes to go to, and then have once a week meetings with all of my leaders, and kind of get them focused on the same things that we're focused on. And I'm all about the niches. That's always been my thing. Every year in real estate, in 21 years, I've had great years, and it's because I bob and weave and I go to where the transactions go. And so that's one thing I've always been really good at. But in our niche, there's 2 transactions with our transactions, because it's a move up or move down. They're buying and selling at the same time, and so that's been amazing for us. If I want to sell 100 homes, all I need is 50 clients to do it. And so, but we do have a pretty big goal of reaching 1,000 homes in the next 3 years. That's where I'd like to see my team grow to. And the best part about all of this is, you would think that I would be working 70, 80 hours a week to triple my business in 5 years. But the truth is, and some people are going to hate me for saying this, I'm probably working less hours than I ever have in the past in my life. And that's because of the leverage piece of eXp, and being able to, take the hands off my business a little bit and grow through others. And I think that's why we've had the retention on our team, is because they see it. They see that I want to help them more than I want to help myself. They see me handing them deals that are $1 million plus deals, and I have the confidence, that they're going to be able to close them. Whereas in the past, I might have had that scarcity, feeling. And, and that's the one thing I always tell people: When you go to eXp, it's a scarcity mindset. Before eXp is typically what most agents feel. But here at eXp, it's an abundant mindset more than ever, because not only are you able to sell in your own market, but you're able to recruit in your own market or attract in your own market. You're able to attract across the globe, and then you're able to send referrals across the globe as well. And I'm all about lead generation. I'm an expert at it, and so all I got to do is duplicate what we're doing here and duplicate it into every city, and then my business grows exponentially. And so I'm excited. Over the next 5 years, I have a huge goal in mind, and I'm excited about where we're headed. So I'm thankful to our company for all of these amazing things that you keep adding, to the plan. It just keeps getting better and better and better.
Awesome. Hey, Bobby, thank you so much for being on this podcast. It's been a lot of fun. You can find Bobby on Facebook at Move Up San Diego, or on Instagram at Bobby.Martins. And then obviously, I recommend you follow him. You're going to get
Mhm.
a lot of just positive. He's just such a positive guy to follow. You'll definitely be better just by following him and his business. Um, so again, thanks Bobby for being on, and
My pleasure.
awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.